right, so a few weeks ago, I had a message pop up on my Facebook page. It was my old friends from HPI Racing, and they're like, hey Greg, how you been? Pretty good, guys. What are you up to? They're like, well, we've got something here. I'd like to send over your way. I'm like, all right, what do you got? And they're like, the Hoonicorn. And I'm like, you haven't put it in the mail yet? What's going on? And here it is just a few weeks later, and I have this car. How cool is this thing? This is one of the most talked about on-road cars that is out there online right now, and I am super excited. HPI gave us the opportunity to check this out along with you guys. All right, so let's just dig right into this box here. Let's check out a couple things on the outside first. And obviously, we've got this cool looking graphic that HPI is so well known for. Love the graphics on this box. But right here, you can see, comes with the batteries, comes with everything you need to go and run this machine. That's really cool. AA batteries. We've got a 7.2 volt nickel metal hydride battery. Got a basic wall charger. We'll see that in a minute. But key here is you get everything. So if you're brand new to RC, because you love this car, you picked it up, you can get going within that same day that this vehicle arrives. All right, time to break into the box. And I've already dipped into this box. I had to check it out, but I'm gonna go over it piece by piece, always starting off with the other goodies, and we'll build up the suspense of the car later. And that's radio out. All right, so here's the radio system, the TF40. It is a good looking radio. It's got a good feel to it. It's got the foam grip. Love the foam grip on the steering wheel. Actually, it's got this pretty cool beadlock wheel type of setup going on there. Pretty neat. Oh, it's got an antenna. How like 2 years ago. But hey, it still works. And then we've got the steering trim, throttle trim, dual rate, pretty good. Over here, channel 3, oh, 3-channel radio. On-off switch over here, and judging by the front of the box, yep, 4 AA's. And look, here's just something so you guys know. It comes with this little tuning screwdriver, just in case. I don't think you're actually gonna need it on this speed controller. It might be an auto programming. But this little tool is in there just in case you need it. It's a little electronic screwdriver tool. But that hides in there. And overall, pretty neat looking radio. I do like using that. All right, what else do we got in here? It comes with the 7.2 volt battery. Told you guys about that. Comes with the AA's. I already borrowed the AA's for another car. Sorry, I can't show you those. You know, when you're in a rush and you kind of need some AA batteries or something, you just go pillage it from wherever you can. This car was sitting there, so I grabbed that. But basically, you get AA batteries with it, and then this charger as well. Here is the basically, it's a wall charger. Nothing fancy. It's got an LED light on here, and then it has these plug inserts depending on the country. It's got the EU plug, and this is a US plug. So I'm just going to throw this on here. It just snaps right in. Pretty neat. And then it's a Tamiya connector. Okay, Tamiya connector, you know, it does work. Should hopefully work just fine with this particular car out of the box. And then, oh, we've got some more stuff here. We've got, looks like a little bag of accessories. We've got some caster blocks, some links and body clips and Allen wrenches and a box wrench and a couple other little things, pistons, I guess. So, you know, some extra little spare parts in case you need it. And now the car itself, and it's probably stuck in here. Oh, no, wait, I did pop the body off because I wanted to see the body. So let's pull this out. And here's the car. Ooh, let me get the instructions because we're gonna have to go over that. And now this thing is zip tied, of course. Now I gotta cut it out. All right, so we just got 2 zip ties on the bottom. Ties out of here. More suspense on the car because we're gonna check out the instructions. And I'll do that real quick. You get some HPI Racing decals, RS4 Sport 3 decals, just in case you wanna make the car a bit cooler. Instructions, important information. You should read that. Got this kit card thing going on here. I think you go and register your vehicle, something like that. Check that out. And then we have the instruction manual. HPI has some great instructions, so read through that. It'll get you up to speed on the vehicle and everything you need to know. Now for the car itself. And I took the body clips off so I could just pull this bag right off. And how cool does that machine look right there? Oh, find the body post. There we go. How cool is that? That's just incredible. I mean, this car is an iconic car by the moment it was released. It's just that cool. This body is amazing. HPI really well known for their body, and you know, they've got the licensed graphics there from Ken Block, you know, his company, just everything. It's just So cool. Flat black hood. We've got the carbon fiber front splitter and spoiler out back. We've got the air splitter in the rear here. I mean, everything's really just so cool. Even the side vents. Look, these side vents are separate in here. This is a multiple, look at that. That's a multiple piece body. That's pretty neat. So the rear valance kind of just bolts on, a bunch of little tiny screws and nuts in there. We've got these the vents and everything. Even the front detail is bolted down, so everything should stay on nice and tight. Really cool looking graphics. Everything is positioned perfectly decal wise. Love the look of this body. It's just it's almost like you don't even want to run it. You just want to put it on the shelf. It looks so cool. All right, and now for the RS4 Sport 3 itself. This is a very cool chassis. I loved it from the moment I saw it. I was actually out in California over a year ago, a couple of years ago, when I saw a prototype version of it actually. So it's really cool to finally see it in my hands, and as a production version, it's just an awesome look. Very kind of minimal here on the chassis area, but like usual, let me start off up front and I'll work my way back with this vehicle. All right, up front, so we have, you know, obviously this is a foam front bumper, just in case you bash into anything. We've got adjustable body posts. Then moving back, we have some nice oil-filled dampers. They're plastic, but they are adjustable. They have a threaded body to them, so you can go and adjust the preload on the spring. Pretty neat. We've got a composite shock tower. Feels actually very stiff. We've got some plastic links here on the suspension, plastic camber link. It's a fixed link. Same with the steering links, even out back, fixed links. And then we've got a pretty sleek looking arm here. Kind of a little flex to it, but you know, not too bad. In case you whack a wall or a curb or something like that, it should give it a little flex rather than break. Just really basic, nicely shaped seat carriers here, steering knuckles. The dog bones are steel, the out drives are steel. This is a gear diff here, and we've got a gear diff out back, so we'll see how that does in the drifting department. And then we've got the four-wheel drive shaft buried inside here. I believe these are all steel gears inside of the differentials, so shouldn't have any durability issues. Oh, one thing I missed is the front pivot block is a cast metal here, maybe like a cast aluminum front pivot block to hold the hinge pin. So that's pretty neat there. Hopefully there shouldn't be any breakage issues. And same out back, it's got that same cast aluminum rear pin support. There are holes in the arms, so you could put droop screws in if you want to do that yourself. But let me stop skipping around. Let me move over to here to the steering. So we've got a twin bell crank steering here. Looks like it's got a metal arm, a metal drag link between the two. Pretty neat. And then it goes over to the steering servo. It's got a high torque steering servo, waterproof steering servo, with the servo saver built into the servo horn here. And that is all aluminum, and it's got an adjustment nut on there, so that's pretty neat right there. And then right on top of the servo, this appears to be the radio box, obviously. So your receiver is located in here. We've got all the wires going into it, sealed off as well. And we've got this tiny little speed controller here. It's the SC3S, so I'm assuming that means it's a 3S capable speed controller. And it does have these little adjustment pills, these manual adjustment pills, so you could go in there and you could change it from a nickel metal battery over to a LiPo battery if you want to switch batteries, get maximum performance out of there. And then it's got the other pill for forward brake and reverse, forward brake and forward and reverse. So you can move that little pill around right there and get those different options out of the speed controller, which is pretty neat. And then we've got the 15-turn Firebolt motor. We've seen these in some HPI vehicles before. I do like that motor. It pumps out some pretty good power. And what I like to see right here is it is mounted to a cast aluminum motor mount, and this looks like an eccentric motor mount, so you can go and twist it to adjust the pinion mesh back here. The spur is located under this cap, but that's really nice to see. I mean, in some inexpensive cars, they go and make this a plastic motor mount, but it's nice to see HPI just, you know, stepped it up a little bit and provided a metal mount there. Helps dissipate heat, and it's definitely a solid mounting point for the motor. Okay, and now over here, this open area, obviously that's where the battery goes. Simple battery strap, just a Velcro strap, helps you to secure the battery down, makes, you know, access nice and easy. It looks like it's got this little plate here, and you can move this plate to the rear if you want to push the battery towards the front for some more weight towards the front. And then moving up back again, we've got that geared differential that I mentioned before. Looks like we've got some pretty sturdy hubs out back. Again, steel dog bones, steel axles, steel out drives. The differential feels really smooth. And then, of course, the oil-filled shocks out back. Of course, if they were going to have them up front, they're going to have it out back, and adjustable body mounts. And then we've got the really cool wheels, and we've got some HPI rubber tires here. And they are mounted, but look at that. It's like already peeling off. So I don't know about the glue on that. I'm going to have to go glue this tire. So maybe that's something to watch out for. This one kind of looks like it's coming off over here a little bit. That one's kind of okay. But that one did come off over here. So definitely check out your tires if you go and grab this kit. And then let's just check out the bottom of the chassis. So we've got an access panel under here. Probably to get to that center drive shaft. Just a nice flat plate chassis. Everything's countersunk. It's got a really good look to it. I'm really excited to go and try this kit, see what it does. Just tear up these tires. Hopefully it'll stay on, but tear up these tires. This is gonna make for some awesome video. Let's go have some fun. So I had a small issue with testing this vehicle. The body looks so cool on here. I had a really hard time of really going out and bashing it. And when I first started off the test session on it, I was really babying this thing around. But I said, you know what? I don't think that's how Ken Block would have driven this car if he had it. So I went ahead and really started thrashing on this car. And overall, I had a lot of fun with this machine. All right, to start off, obviously the body is super cool and it looks really cool out there. In the parking lot, on the basketball court, wherever you could find a spot to drive it, it looks awesome. Now, let me break down the performance like I usually do, and let's start off with acceleration on this thing. Now, with the stock out-of-the-box electronics, it's okay. I mean, it's not going to really wow you unless this is your first vehicle. Then yes, it's a lot of fun. The nickel metal battery in here, it gives you some pretty decent run times. Depending on how you're driving, you can probably squeeze about 10 minutes out of it. Works okay, you know, but it's not blistering fast acceleration. Same with the motor in here. It's not going to give you some crazy speeds, but it's going to definitely deliver some fun. And again, it looks really cool out there. What I did do, I scrapped that nickel metal battery and I did throw a LiPo in there, and that gave it a little bit more power and it actually made it pretty exciting, and I got over the speed of the motor, and the vehicle was actually a lot of fun. with that LiPo battery in there. So I see where HPI was going with the electronic system in there. It definitely gets you going. It can be fun, but I think it's going to leave those people that are driving it looking for a bit more power. And you know, there are a bunch of brushless systems out there that are pretty cost effective, and they'll really bump up the speed on this. It'd be really cool if they made this in a flux version. That'd be really neat. But I'm definitely not going to steer you away from this vehicle because of the speed. It's certainly fun. Now onto the steering. I was running in a bunch of different parking lots, and it's kind of winter over here, so there's a lot of dust on everything that I was driving on. And for the most part, when I was on full throttle, it's got a big push to it. I mean, just really wide sweeping corners. And then, of course, when you let off the throttle, that's when it starts to tighten things up. And, you know, if you'd go and yank on the power when you're in a corner, sometimes it would spin out. And I think some of that was because of the surface that I was running on. But overall, it handled pretty well. I mean, I was launching it off of some curbs and some speed bumps and stuff like that. Keeping control of the vehicle was not an issue at all. I mean, it's really out there for having fun. I mean, you know, there is no set path with a car like this. You're just out ripping around in parking lots. And that it does really, really well. The tires are actually okay on here. You know, they're a little bit erratic because they're, you know, you're trying to really push this thing because of the type of vehicle it is. You want to just go blast through everything. Sometimes it'd have great tractions, and sometimes it just wouldn't be under the control that I wanted it to. So, you know, maybe you would want a little bit better of a tire, but, you know, or actually if you want to go and drift it, HPI actually has a number of drift tires that you could probably swap out onto this machine. I think that would be a lot of fun. But the rubber tire, good for general use. Let's see, what else? I guess that really leaves me with just durability. And as you saw from the video, I was launching this thing off of speed bumps in the parking lot. And, you know, the front of the body is pretty beat up. I rolled it a couple times. The only issue I really encountered with it, I got a rock stuck in one of the axles, and it bound up the front wheel, just hit reverse, backed out, shot whatever it was that was binding everything up out of the car, and it kept on going. But other than that, no issues whatsoever, no gears clicking or anything like that. It is a pretty tough machine. Overall, I definitely like the chassis. I think it's easy to work on. It looks very cool. I think the handling is there. I think you can tune it a little bit more. And again, the body on this thing is just killer. I love the look of it. Overall, this is a very cool machine. Nice job, HPI. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed our review of the HPI RS4 Sport 3. It is a very cool machine. Please hit that subscribe button, the notifications bell, throw the video a like. If you have a question or comment, it goes in the section below. And of course, when you have some extra time, head over to rcdriver.com.